Welcome to Simplify Pharma. Do subscribe to my channel to stay updated with the latest videos. Now, WHO has declared SARS-CoV-2 a global pandemic. Little is known about the potential protective factors. So, can we say that vitamin D may play a protective role for SARS-CoV-2 infections? Is there any association between vitamin D levels in the body and the risk of acquiring COVID-19? After watching this video, you will be able to define and discuss vitamin D, understand importance of vitamin D, list sources of vitamin D, identify deficiency symptoms of vitamin D, discuss metabolic pathways for vitamin D. In order to understand if there is any association between vitamin D levels in the body and the risk of acquiring COVID-19, it is very important to understand the importance of vitamin D and how the body uses it. In this figure, you can see the structure of 1,25-dihydroxy vitamin D3, which is also called as calcitriol. How vitamin D is correlated with calcitriol, we will see in further slides. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. There are multiple forms of vitamin D, and calcitriol is the active form. The human body produces vitamin D as a response to sun exposure. Vitamins are substances that our body needs to grow and develop normally. There are 13 vitamins our body needs. They are vitamin A, B, C, D, E and K. And vitamin B, it is a group of vitamins like thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, biotin, vitamin B6, vitamin B12 and folate. So these vitamins are nutrients that the body cannot create. It cannot produce on its own. This is a reason a person must consume them in the diet. However, the body can produce vitamin D naturally. There are several uses of vitamin D. It has several important functions. Perhaps the most vital are regulating the absorption of calcium and phosphorus for maintaining healthy bones and teeth, and facilitating normal immune system function, regulating insulin levels that helps in diabetes management, supporting lung function and cardiovascular health, influencing the expression of genes involved in cancer development. It reduces depression and it also boosts weight loss. Getting sufficient amount of vitamin D is important for normal growth and development of bones and teeth, as well as improved resistance against certain diseases. It's also involved in various functions of immune, digestive, circulatory and nervous systems. There are several sources from which we can get vitamin D naturally, as well as with the help of food sources and supplements. Vitamin D is sometimes also called as sunshine vitamin because it's produced in our skin in response to sunlight. So using the UVB radiation, that is also called as ultraviolet B radiation of the sun, our skin, when the skin gets exposed to the UVB radiation, our body can produce vitamin D. It also gets vitamin D through certain foods and supplements like milk, egg yolk, cereals and juices, mushrooms, cheese, fish. Let us take a look at the symptoms when there is deficiency of vitamin D in the body. Regular sickness or infection, fatigue, bone and back pain, low mood, impaired wound healing, hair loss, muscle pain. Now, if we take a look at how can our body, how can our body produce vitamin D when it comes in contact with the UVB radiation, there are few points that we have to keep in mind. Like complete cloud cover reduces the UV energy by 50%. If there is any kind of shade that can be produced by severe pollution, it further reduces it by 60%. UVB radiation does not penetrate glass, so exposure to sunshine indoors through a window does not produce vitamin D. And sunscreens with sun protection factor, that is SPF of 8 or more, appear to block vitamin D producing UV rays. Now, how does the body convert sunlight to vitamin D? And how does our body uses vitamin D from sun, food sources and supplements? We really need to understand the mechanism. Vitamin D obtained from sun exposure, food and supplements is biologically inert, and it must undergo 2 hydroxylations in the body for activation. The first occurs in the liver and converts vitamin D to 25-hydroxy vitamin D, also known as calcidiol. The second occurs primarily in the kidney and forms the physiologically active 1,25-dihydroxy vitamin D, also known as calcitriol. Now, when the sun's ultraviolet rays touch the skin, they convert the precursor to a molecule called vitamin D3. In human, vitamin D3 is the predominant form of vitamin D, which is synthesized from 7-dehydrocholesterol upon sunlight exposure. Vitamin D may also be obtained from dietary sources or supplements as either vitamin D2 or D3. Vitamin D as either D2 or D3 does not have significant biological activity. Rather, it must be metabolized within the body to the hormonally active form known as 1,25-dihydroxy cholecalciferol. Now, this vitamin D3 is metabolized in the liver. It is first converted by mitochondrial cytochrome P450 enzyme, CYP27A1, microsomal CYP2J3 and CYP2R1 to 25-hydroxy vitamin D. This molecule is further converted by the renal enzyme 1-alpha hydroxylase to 1,25-dihydroxy cholecalciferol, that is also called as calcitriol, and this molecule is the active form of vitamin D. A 2018 review of existing research, it suggested that some studies they found that vitamin D had a protective effect against the influenza virus. It reduced the risk of flu. So the question that comes into our mind, how vitamin D regulates the immune system? Is there any correlation between severe vitamin D deficiency and the mortality rates cause of COVID-19? We will discuss this in our next video. So stay tuned. Do let me know if you liked my video. If you have any comments, any doubt, leave them in the comment section. Thank you.